Hey, Chopper here, hanging out with Jimmy Borell, who is the one of the legends for South Bay Lacrosse. Jimmy, club lacrosse has become such a big thing on the West Coast, but once upon a time, there wasn't much out here. My son Zach got started with West Coast Stars probably, gosh, I hate to say it, but 13, 14 years ago. Tell us a little bit about how you came and got involved with club lacrosse, and maybe a quick history of club lacrosse in the South Bay.
When I first moved out here, Scott Hockstead had really kind of started big time club on the West Coast and in Los Angeles. So West Coast Stars was kind of the only opportunity for kids to get recruited and, go on trips, back to the East Coast. I remember we started the LA Lasers, which is cool. And that was kind of the big first LA-based club, and then Sean Lindsay's been around for forever. He started the LA Mavs right about then as well. He's based up more in the Valley. We were teammates on the Riptide for a brief time before he went up to play for the San Francisco Dragons. So we always had kind of sharing ideas of, hey, what do you do with your youth program? What do you do with the kindergarten guys? How can we get a stick in their hands earlier? How can we get demos into schools just to get kids interested? So, we've kind of talked over the years, and I've always wanted to do something together, and it's been cool to see it blossom. And, not just guys who have been here a year or two, but we now have quite a few guys who've kind of put down roots in specific communities, whether it's, the South Bay or up north or in the Valley. And it's, everybody's kind of hunkered down and started youth programs and really been huge proponents of the game and have grown it from the elementary school levels all the way up to the high school levels. So it's been pretty exciting to see the game grow.
So you've been here a long time. You've managed to see the evolution of club lacrosse in Southern California. So tell us about the Apex. What's coming along now? What are you involved with? What does all this let us do?
Well, we're obviously pretty ecstatic to partner and start West Coast Warriors. It really sprung from a bunch of conversations and a lot of coaches who were very like-minded, who are very invested in these kids and their communities and in their futures. And, we just want the best for them. And again, these conversations started to build into something bigger and ideas. And, we started putting the pen to paper. I remember coming out to the West Coast and, had, one of my best friends, Brett Hughes, be like, hey, you gotta connect with this guy, John Fox. He's a legend in Orange County. The greatest coach down there of all time. He is, he's a beast. You want to get PV as good as Foothill.
My experience with John Fox is that when Zach was playing at PV, the PV was doing pretty well in the LA area, and Foothill was just dominating Orange County. So we go down to watch a game at Foothill, and I walk onto the campus, and here's 3-year-old kids with helmets and sticks. And I'm thinking, it's no wonder this guy's got such a great program. It's a culture. So he was one of the first coaches on the West Coast, I think, to develop this whole lacrosse culture throughout the community. And you've done similar things in the programs you've been in.
I think that's why this kind of worked out well. We're partnering on a national level team. Max Schmidt out in Vegas. Obviously, one of Max's first year in the MLL was my last year, so we played on the Ohio Machine together. He also went to the same high school in Ohio as Brett Hughes, so there's another connection. He was a captain of Maryland as well, so a seamless partnership with a lot of guys all kind of wanting the same thing and having the resources and the background and the relationships to kind of make that happen.
So if I'm a parent or a player and I'm looking for the right club program for me, and I'm in Southern California, why Warrior?
The big thing we were trying to get across is, we're all about culture, consistency, commitment, and our relationships, our connection with each other. And I think that's something that kind of sets us apart. So we're very, very invested in these kids and obviously want the best, so one of the most important decisions of their life is, their college decision, their college choice. And, if they do choose and want to play lacrosse in college, we want to be there to help them out. And I think being a part of that process and giving them great opportunities to go back east and play at top recruiting tournaments, and us being there for them and being a part of that, you know, coaches who care about them and are, you know, invested in their everyday lives, who are, you know, who are with them with that big chunk of time during the spring. I think that's where this came from, and what sets us apart is we really do know these kids and know how to set them up to succeed and give them the best opportunity to do that.